Yesterday we discussed only the local variable. What is a local variable? Local variable means the variable which is declared within the method body. Right? The variable which is declared within the method body is called as a local variable. See, observe the yesterday's example. See, it is our yesterday's example. You can take any class name. Yesterday I told you like better take a meaningful class name. Instead of variable one, better you need to take a class name like a local variable example. Local variable example. So next, how many methods yesterday we written? Two methods, M1 and M2. So within the method body, it is called as a method body. So within the method body, if you declare a variable, so that variable is called as a local variable. But where you can use this local variable, you can use the local variable only within the same method. You can use the local variable only within the same method. We cannot use it from any other methods. We cannot use it from any other methods. Just I'll copy it and I'll try to use it in the M2. I'll try to use it in M2. So it will raise the error. It will not accept. Now, why it is not accepting? So we can use the local variables only within the same method. We cannot use it from any other methods. We cannot use it from any other methods. That is our yesterday's class. Coming to the today's heading, take the today's our heading, instance variable. Today's our heading is instance variable. Right. Just listen. If you declare the variable, don't write it, try to understand. If you declare the variable outside the method, I'll show the example to you. See here, I'm declaring a variable, some a equal to 10, but where it is outside the method body, Then that variable is called as an instance variable. What is the advantage with this instance variable? We can use the instance variable. From any method, within the class. Like you can use it from M1, M2, M3, or any method. You can use it from any method within that class. Say inside the M1, directly you can print the A. It is not raising any error. In M2 also, directly you can use the variable A. See, if I run the program, always the execution starts with the main method only. Inside the main method, just only for your confirmation, I'm writing some hi. So if I run the program, initially it will print hi. After the hi, we are calling M1 and M2. How to call the methods from your main method? You need to create an object to your class. With using that object name, you can call the M1 and you can call M2. In M1, how many statements will print? In M1, 2 statements will print, like it is first method, it is printing the A value. What is the A value? 10 will be printed. In M2, again, there are 2 statements. What are the 2 statements? It is second method. Again, it will print the A value. What is the A value? Again, the A value will be 10. Say, observe the execution, you can verify the output. So what is the instance variable? If you declare the variable outside the method, that is called as an instance variable. We can use the instance variable from any method within the class. See, now you can see the output. Initially, it is printing hi. You got the hi. In M1, it is M1 execution, it is M2 execution. In the bottom, you can see M1 and M2. In M1, what is the A value it is printing? In M1, the A value will be 10. In M2 also, the A value, you can see the A value in M2, it is printing 10. Now, please take the definition for instance variable. Note it down. Take the definition. The variable which is declared outside the method. The variable which is declared outside the method is called as instance variable. Okay, got it? The variable which is declared outside the method is called as a instance variable. Now, next point, note down the next point. We can use the instance variable. from any method. We can use instance variable from any method within the class. Any method within the class. Right. Please note down this program. After you note it down, you can start your practice. Now, better what is the class name you need to write? Better the class name is instance variable example. Class name is instance variable example. Whatever the class name you written here, so while creating the object, you need to repeat the same class name. On the top, whatever the name you written, the same class name you need to write here at the beginning, at the ending. So we need to create an object for our class only, whatever the class created by you. Please note down the entire program. The third heading is class variable or static variable. See. Yes. Please come back to my screen, all of you. Please observe my screen. See, you're all familiar with Hello program. Previously, maybe 1 day or 2 days back, we discussed this Hello program. See, in this Hello program, we have some methods and we have some variables. And if you want to call the variables, from your main method, directly you cannot call your variables. Directly, if you try to use the A and B, no, it will not accept the variables directly in your main method. So in your main method, if you want to call the methods or if you want to call the variables, the object is mandatory. Already you know that. Without object, inside the main method, we cannot call the methods, we cannot call the variables. Now in that hello program, what is the object created by us? We created an object like X. So with using that object only, we are calling the variables like x dot a and x dot b. Right, x dot a, x dot b. So if I run the program, you can see the a value and b value. At the ending, what is the a and b values printed? The a value is 10, the b value is 20. Already you are all familiar with this program 2 days back. But today's my concept is without object creation. Now, without object creation, I want to call the variables A, I want to call the variable B. Today my concept is without object creation, I want to call the variables. In that case, your variable should be a static variable. Your variable should be static variable. If your variable is a static variable, then we can call the static variables. We can call the static variables directly from the main method. Directly from the main method without using any object. Without using any object, we can call the static variables. I'll show the example. I'll modify this hello program. So in this hello program, I want to make this A, the variable A as a static variable. Simply you need to type static. S-T-A-T-I-C, static. So many people did a mistake here. Static, while writing the static, they will give a uppercase S. Now, if you give a uppercase S, it will not accept. You will get error. No? It should be a lowercase, small s. See, now the A is a static variable. In this example, now the A is a static variable. What is the advantage with this static variable? We can use the static variable from your main method, without using object. See, here I'm not calling like x dot a. Simply I'm writing system.out.println a. Directly I'm writing a. I'm not writing x dot a. But coming to the b, b is a normal variable. Directly if you write a b, no, it will not accept. You need to write x dot b. I want to show the difference between a normal variable and static variable. If it is a static variable, directly you can use it from your main method without any object. So if it is a normal variable, the object is mandatory. The object is mandatory. So once again, I'll run the program. See, not only this advantage, we have one more advantage. I'll explain you. It is the first advantage, Amma. So what is the first advantage with a static variable? So we can use the static variable directly from the main method, without using any object. Okay, please note down the first point. Note down the first point. Note it down. We can use the static variable. Note it down, all of you. We can use the static variable directly from the main method. We can use the static variable directly from the main method without using any object. Without using any object. Right. See, already you have this program with you. 2 days back, already you practiced this hello program. So in that program only, modify like this. Now, what is the modification? Make this variable a as a static variable. Make the variable a as a static variable. Before that variable, just you need to write static. And after this modification, go to your main method, go inside your main method. In your main method, while printing the a, no need to write x dot a. Directly you can write a without object. So directly we can use the variable here. Run the program, check it out, the a value printed or not. So just verify it and come back. We can use this static variable from any other program, based on this class name. Based on the class name, we can use the static variables from any other program. I'll explain that. Just see, first of all, what is our class name? Our class name is, for example, hello program. Copy the class name. For your understanding purpose, better copy the class name. Based on this class name, we can use this static variable from any other program. Any other program means, for example, I'll go with a demo 1 or I'll go with a demo 2. Your wish. Already you are familiar with the demo 1. On the first day, you practiced this demo 1. So the continuation in the demo 1, I want to write a sysout control space. Just a minute. Yeah, in that control space, in the system.out.println, paste your class name. What is our class name? Our class name is hello program dot. Whenever you are going a dot, you can see your static variable. What is our static variable in that hello program? The static variable is a. Hello program dot a. Now, if I run the program, it will print like, see, it is printing hi, it is printing the ABC. After that, it is printing the a value. What is the a value in that hello program? The a value is 10. Right, Amma? What is another advantage with a static variable? We can use the static variables from any other programs, based on the class name. So that's why the static variables are also called as a class variable. What is another name for the static variable? The static variables are also called as a class variable. Why? Because based on the class name, we are calling it. Based on the class name, we are calling. Now, please take the next point in your notes.